Hey guys, I'm here from Rage RC Repair. Today we have the Maverick Quantum Flux on the bench, and this one here has a broken axle shaft, which we'll probably go over some axle shaft replacements, differential replacements in another video. But I wanted to go over an unboxing for you. We've got the Quantum Plus XT Flux, which is the larger version. It's longer, and it has quite a few upgrades. So I'm not going to go over all the stuff on the box because it's pretty much the same as the Quantum, except for this truck has a center differential. It's a overall longer truck. Still truggy. When you get in the box, you get your receiver, your instructions, you still have to supply your AA batteries for the, what's that, Josh?
Your tires.
Oh, yeah. And your charger and all the other stuff that you would generally need. So, without further ado, let's get this thing unwrapped and we will get some information about the plugins. Wow. These zip ties are a tad bit ridiculous. I'll be right back. That one is out. They zip tie these things with some pretty massive zip ties. Alright, now that we've got it out of the box, we can go over some of the main differences of this truck. As you can already see, this is the truck version, not the truggy version, but as we can tell, this one is quite a bit longer. The tires are a little bit larger in diameter. It's kind of hard to see, but as you can see here, the tire height is a little bit taller on the Quantum Plus compared to the Quantum Flux or the buggy version, truggy version. So anyways, what I wanted to get to on this video was the internals and what makes this a better bang for your buck compared to this model. This model has just a center spur gear and it's direct drive to the front and rear differential. What happens there when you land, it's a lot of stress on the front differential, rear differential, and both drive components. It doesn't allow that power to bleed off like a vehicle with a center differential does. Whereas this vehicle has the center differential. We're going to go over some of the differences. The body's fairly close in length, just a little bit longer. Plastic is still about the same, nice and flexible. This does have a hobby wing. It appears to be a Max 10 ESC setup. I believe this is the 9 kilogram servo over the original 6 kilogram that would come in the smaller truck. And this comes with metal motor mount. You can change your pinion. It's a sliding motor mount, which makes it a whole lot nicer than this one. This one in here, you have to take all the covers off. This is accessible right in the center, just like any of your other vehicles. It is a plastic spur. I guess we'll see how that holds up. But having that center differential in this truck will help that power bleed off the front or to the rear, depending on where you have traction or where you have lack of traction. This one also has center support braces from the front of the chassis down to the middle of the chassis and the rear of the chassis right at the front of the bulkhead down to the center of the chassis. As far as that, a lot of the other stuff is the same. Receiver box is the same. The servo is in a different location. It's a little bit more open on this truck. I don't know if the steering servo system is different or not. I would have to look up the part number to verify. But otherwise, that's pretty much the biggest difference. I believe the width is the same. Bumpers are the same. Control arms are the same. Axle shafts are the same. Everything. What? Video. Click to wake the camera. Nope, it's still recording.
Okay. I just saw it go by.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I have to edit that out, or I might leave it in just for laughs, because sometimes that's even more fun watching us have technical difficulties. So anyways, the control arms and all of the major components are the same. I'm certain that these shocks are very similar. I'm not 100% sure if the springs are a little stiffer or not. I will have to look up the part numbers and get a little bit of information on what is completely interchangeable. From what I'm seeing here, shock towers are very, very similar, if not identical. The tub chassis is very, very similar. This one is longer, and it appears to be a little bit deeper here compared to the original Quantum. This Plus edition is definitely going to be a lot more stout. The suspension feels a whole lot nicer in this truck than it does on this truck. These seem really, really stiff, and they don't like to rebound. This oil feels like it's a little bit thinner, and I think that's going to be a lot better for bashing corners and things like that. Unfortunately, it does come with a T-plug, but with this being a 3S vehicle, I don't really see that being a problem. If this is a true Max 10, this might actually be able to take a 4S LiPo. I'm not 100% sure. This shock here, the spring is just not encased all the way. Otherwise, bumpers are all going to be the same. This one does not have a wheelie bar. It does have a little bit different rear setup compared to the truck. I'm not sure if the buggy has a wheelie bar or not. It does have a wheelie bar. So the buggy version does have a wheelie bar. We're working on taping up the body on this one, but this is the buggy version wing mount. Appears to have the same wing mount, which in my opinion is kind of a poor design. With the clips on here, they like to shear off if you hit really hard, and these aren't all that flexible. When you hit stuff hard, it cracks these right out and it breaks right off. Josh, I think, has broken 2. I have broken maybe 4. So we are trying to eliminate that problem. We think we're going to go another route with that. We're probably going to trim these tabs off, drill through them, and put nuts and bolts and washers with a little bit larger washer up top to help hold everything in place, and hopefully that'll keep these from breaking off. I think what happens is one side will break, and that will snap the wing on the other side. I'm kind of assuming if we go through with the washer and the bolt, that'll keep it from breaking a whole lot better. At least that's the theory. We're going to try it, and you'll see that in the next bash video, because this one right here, that wing mount was on there for, I want to say 5 minutes, and it was broken. So we're hoping that we can get the front differential in this truck, drive shaft on this truck, revamp this wing mount, get this one tuned. I just want to check center differential fluid, make sure everything's okay, check the mesh, and then we will have a test video out at the pit for you, and hopefully from there we'll see the performance difference in this compared to this. And I can tell you right now, just the way this feels, it's more plush, nice thinner oil. This oil is so thick, they bounce really hard when they land, and I think we're going to go through and thin out the oils in the shocks on this truggy and on this monster truck, which is basically the same setup anyways, but they do fly different. And I will say, if you lose your wing on these, they're terrible. They nosedive, and I don't know if that's just because of the body difference or what, but the flight is totally different, and that's why we're trying to eliminate this broken wing mount problem. So anyways, that's the unboxing of this one. Like I said, it does have upgraded electronics. Center differential is a huge bonus. They are longer. It should control better. The more plush shocks are going to be a big difference, and the larger tire diameter will help a lot with some of those hard landings as well. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting the channel, and remember, subscribe and smash the bell.